Ross, do we know if this is a concussion with Patrick Mahomes?
It evidently, Dan, is not a concussion. Having watched it a couple times, I think that he had momentary trauma to the carotid sinus area where the vagus nerve and baroreceptors are located. And I think what happened was really a vasovagal reaction.
You reading something?
That's I read that this morning from Dr. David Chow. The 20 years he was the Chargers team doctor. He doesn't think Mahomes actually had a concussion. He thinks basically, you ever see like a martial artist or a cop or whatever hit someone like here? He thinks that when Mack Wilson came up with his right arm and hit him, he said in 20 years he never saw it in football, but based on the different reports that are leaking out and the video, that's what he believes happened, and he doesn't think Mahomes will have any problem getting cleared because he doesn't think he really had a concussion.
But also, he has to go through the concussion protocol. How long does it take you to go through the protocol? I mean, you can say, look, I don't have a concussion, but if you're in the concussion protocol, you have to go through the required steps, don't you?
Yeah, and one of them is a full practice. So I don't think we will hear that he is cleared until Friday afternoon, maybe Saturday morning, because they'll probably take it easy with him today. Maybe he does a full practice Thursday. Then he meets with the independent neurologist. And I know, Dan, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. I understand that. But they really do have independent neurologists. They're not affiliated with the team. And those people have to clear them, and they do that for a reason. They want to make sure there's somebody who's not affiliated with the team because there'd be a heck of a lot of pressure on that team doctor if that's who was in charge. It's really out of everybody's hands other than that independent neurologist at this point.
Can you hide a concussion nowadays?
Yeah, I think you can. You can't hide what happened to Mahomes.
Yeah.
Where he obviously stumbled to his feet. And I actually think, Dan, even if whatever Dr. Chow said, even if he's cleared, I got to think, like, I can just picture my mom, right, Dan, saying, that boy should not be able to play football. I saw him wobbly on his feet last Sunday. He should not be able to play. Like, I can just picture a bunch of people, my mom included, believing after what they saw last Sunday that young man should not be able to play tackle football a week later. I don't have a problem with it as long as the independent neurologist clears them. But to your point, yeah, I mean, look, I had at least 3 concussions as a player, Dan, never diagnosed, never said anything about it. Really, back then, unless you were knocked out, and this is only 2001 and 2008, but unless you were knocked out or you said something, there really was no way for them to know. I remember one time sitting on the bench and one of the practice squad offensive line was like, Tuck, are you okay? And I was kind of in a fog there for good 3 or 4 minutes. Drew Bledsoe had thrown an interception. Like a total idiot, I tried to make the tackle, and Roosevelt Colvin blindsided me. The first thing that hit the ground was the back of my head. And I was kind of in a daze for a good 3 or 4 minutes. But other than the one practice squad O-lineman who saw me get killed, he was the only person that even talked to me about it.
What if Mahomes can't play? What are their chances against Buffalo?
Well, the only thing I would say is two factors in that. Number one, Henny played really well. I mean, Henny did a lot of really positive things. He had one terrible interception. I have no idea what was going on there, but he played pretty well. The other thing is sometimes when there's a backup quarterback like that, I feel like, number one, the other guys rally around him and play better. And number two, whether it's conscious or subconscious, it just seems like sometimes the other side, I don't know. I don't want to say they let up, but it's like, okay, it's not Mahomes. It changes things a little bit. I will say this though, Dan, Chad Henne's from my small hometown, Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. He went to Wilson High School. I've known him for a while. I used to work out with his dad. And you know the way it is. I'm sure this happens to you all the time, Dan, where people tell you their kids are, oh, let me tell you about my son. He's going to be a good athlete. I remember working out with Chad Henne's dad when I was in college. He's like, yeah, I think my son's going to be pretty good. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he's going to be great. Turns out he started 4 years for one of the top 10 schools in Pennsylvania and then 4 years at Michigan. Now he's in his 13th year in the NFL. So small world.